All right, this is your weekly update. We are now moving into chapter 7. All of the assignments for this week will be due on the 14th, next Monday by midnight. We'll mostly talk about first impressions and separation anxiety this week. So the list on pages 176 to 177 that's really meant as a parent checklist would be a great resource for you to keep as a future teacher, or if you're currently teaching or working in a child care center, so that you can see from the other side what parents may be looking for, like friendly staff, safe environment, that type of a thing. There are also sample questions that might be really helpful, especially for those of you who have expressed anxiety about talking to parents. On pages 178 and 179, there's some great ideas for things you can ask parents to get insight into their family life, into their child, into their values, those types of things, and they might be a good conversation starter. There are a ton of resources both in the textbook and in Canvas this week about separation anxiety specifically. But I wanted to draw your attention to the cultural considerations listed on page 190. Some families are going to be better with and about expressing emotion than others, so just keep that in mind. Those parenting styles that we've talked about really all semester, that first day, that separation anxiety, that's going to look different for every family as well. On page 192 is a good reminder about what attachment looks like. And then finally, there are lots of great children's books listed on pages 193 and 194 that you can read to kids who may be having a hard time, or even if they aren't. I mean, maybe they do just fine in your preschool class, but they're going to have to go to kindergarten eventually. And then from there, they're going to have to go to first grade. Or maybe some of them will leave a school and go to a different school in the middle of the year. So I think we have all experienced separation anxiety at some level or another. Even I remember my freshman year in high school, I went to summer camp and I didn't have any friends there and I was terrified. And so it wasn't necessarily separation anxiety from my family as much as my friends. So I think it's an issue that we can talk about with kids at any time, but especially in the beginning of the year. And I know some child care centers don't have necessarily a beginning of the year or a summer, so that's going to be a little bit different for K-12 teachers. But anyway, kids are gonna struggle at different levels with that, and then of course, life changes like moves, divorces, all of those things might result in separation anxiety that may surprise you because you're like, you've been going here for 9 months and it's been fine. What happened? So keep that in mind too. All right, well, have a great week, and a reminder that my office hours this week are a little bit different. For those of you with kids on fall break, I hope you enjoy, and I'll check back in again around the 14th.